Welcome, and thank you for attending our healthcare symposiums. My name is Sanford Coker, and I'm the Worldwide Technical Lead of Healthcare here at AWS. And I just really appreciate you coming and taking your time to explore with us. Today, we're going to kind of understand the paths on the technical path and kind of explore and understand where we see healthcare is going and some of the exciting work that we have been doing with our partners and our customers to change healthcare. This journey begins, and we have to understand, what do we see at the core of what we do? And what we see is the patient belongs at this core. Everything we do must be based upon the fact that we have to help people and we have to make them better. What we have seen is some fundamental changes going on in healthcare in the last several years, but also where we see things moving forward. And we see these change kind of feeding upon themselves. Everything from changes in our value chain, where we're seeing for healthy living and much more focus on disease prevention instead of disease cure. We've changed how we diagnose, all the way from integrating machine learning and genomics to just having much more, to having healthy living devices such as able to understand what my heartbeat is because of my smart device. We see how we change how we're treating and intervening within this cycle, and how we're helping our patients and our members be more proactive about it, which has led to such things as how we do home care monitoring, to how we also manage healthcare, not just in the hospital but outside of it. And then where we see these industry shifts going on because of several kind of key factors. One of those is we're seeing the dynamic of how disease is changing. So we're moving away from sick care into wellness and health maintenance. So we're moving away from diseases where I had a heart attack or I had acute accidents or something like that, into life management diseases like diabetes. We see a change in the way both we're purchasing and we're paying for our healthcare, moving into a value-based, performance-based model, which requires integrated data exchanges between all elements of that society and data transparency, which is then causing this connected healthcare to move both through new and disruptive technologies to simple things like my smartphone is now so important and I'm able to pull up and make appointments on that. That has then driven our patients to kind of change a little bit, to become much more smarter and aware healthcare consumers, with them driving a lot of decisions we made instead of the old model where they came in, shut up, and did what they were told. Data democratization is driving this, which then pushes on to care coordination and how we have to change our integrated care delivery models, all the way from you no longer go to the hospital anymore, but you have a lot of the work done in urgent care centers, to home health needs, to actually treatments and stuff, with even delivery of your drugs at home. And these are all feeding into each other and all creating this cycle of influence upon each other. So here at AWS, we're quite excited about this, and we want to use and help you push the boundaries of where technology can change healthcare. And we can do this, we provide the broadest and deepest cloud platform. We have infrastructure so that you can move into the cloud, but it's also using innovation to change the way we do things once you're inside the cloud. So once you've moved in, or once you've partly moved some data in, we can then use things like our AWS Comprehend Medical Service to actually go in and look at unstructured data, pull out codes, understand diagnostic treatment, understand where PHI may reside, and then tag it and mark it so that you can act on it in a structured manner. We have other things where we understand, and having the most mature cloud platforms helps us understand the challenges and needs of the healthcare industry. One of those, not just one of those, the most important one, and the foundation that we have to work on, is security and compliance within site healthcare. We have to provide and work together to create environments that are secure, that people trust, and that our hospitals and our patients and our members are comfortable trusting their data with us. That's everything from providing HIPAA-enabled services, HIPAA-eligible services, high trust certified services, GDPR compliance, but it's also gaining the trust and understanding from when we start with our solutions architect to building the structure that is built around security throughout that whole system. So that not only is it secure in the beginning, it remains secure throughout the life of the process and enables you to add new technologies in a secure manner. So you've got your data in. This allows us to start being able to kind of use what you can't do on-prem. And these are going to be things like using machine learning to go in and look at this unstructured data, or turning AI at it to understand clinical forecasting. We have 81% of the deep learning in the cloud runs on AWS. And this is an area that is, once you're in, these are the advantages you can take up with this. So we see this as a path or a journey to where you're going. So, we start all the way to actually bringing services in, to actually moving virtual machines in. And that can be anywhere from moving in our services, moving into native, but also with our partners like VMware, where with VMware on cloud on AWS, you can actually move into AWS, but have the same control plane, the same management consoles, the same single pane of glass that you use on-prem. You can use this to manage your AWS environment. And then once you're in AWS, this gives you the ability to store, protect, and optimize that healthcare data. So instead of just sending these as tapes to rot in a mountain somewhere, you can actually start using this. So you bring this data into the data lake, you protect it for backup, but you're also able to use it. So you can point AL and MI at it and do clinical and operational forecasting with it. So you can predict healthcare and relevant operational events. And that's not just predicting healthcare. That could even be things like predicting that you're going to be short of supplies and that we need to order more supplies for PPE equipment. Or it could even be looking at the operational aspect and looking that there's going to be a failure in this system because of the predictive AI, because of the predictive models have told us, and warn us this failure happens and gives you time to prevent and act upon this before that failure happens. But then the real exciting thing comes to how we can transform the lives of our patients and our members. And that's going to be such things as through digital front doors. And this is not just a website that you go to. It can be everything, new channels of communications, all the way from sending data out to you through your text or your social media enabled accounts, to actually voice enabled services built around such things as Alexa, or so that you can order prescriptions and interact and understand when test results come in or make appointments. This is also around digital therapeutics, and then with the ultimate goal of combining what we're doing with genomics with the flexibility of the cloud to create true precision medicine solutions. Medicine personalized care that is directed just to an individual, that targets exactly what their need and what they're trying to do. So today we have some really exciting presentations to talk about. And in no particular order, but Deloitte's got Deloitte has worked to combine AWS cloud services with their implementation and operation and consulting services to bring Epic on AWS. To Velocity, who's looked at platform as a service and then looked at them and saw they were not to deliver the kind of custom requirements that hospital needs, especially around security and compliance like we talked about. They have then created a clinical platform as a service, and they are telling about a partnership they've done with one of their customers in a New York hospital, where they've moved in 60 applications into a platform as a service model. Cloudicity is showing where we do with once we bring the data in, and the ability to fulfill the promises of what HIEs were supposed to be by leveraging the elasticity of the cloud and integrating machine learning with inside of it. They're able to, for example, rapidly analyze and understand COVID test result status across the system. Halo Health has established mission-critical, scalable, and secure mobile ecosystems at Atrium Health. And they've done this by maintaining both in the shared mobile devices, personal devices that people bring into it, and then management of that software across their entire fleet. Then later on, there's other paths that we want to look at is around predicting healthcare events. So Livongo, using their applied health system signals platform, which is built upon AWS, is able to understand and drive healthy behavioral changes. University of California, San Diego came to us and asked help to building a secure and compliant cloud research environment. They were able to scale this and build this so that once COVID became a crisis, they were able to quickly identify low-hanging fruit and rapidly build solutions in a safe, HIPAA-compliant environment that was able to expand to the need. And then finally, we have Telered's Clairvoyance, which is an AWS hosted solution. But this provides organizations the data and recommendations to improve radiologist performance and actually take the load off these radiologists so they could actually focus and use their skills on where we need them the most and help prevent the burnout that we see happening all through our industry. And then as we talk about the personalization of healthcare in this journey, our Canadian friends at the Ontario Telehealth Network came to us and asked us how to help architect its video network to leverage elasticity and high availability with a self-healing video network. They understood that telehealth was not just putting cameras in rooms, but to actually make networks that could easily expand and grow and self-heal. This video network was able to suddenly expand when they received the deluge of COVID-19 healthcare patients coming in during the recent pandemic, with not only just doing traditional telehealth and helping the sick, but also accessing and helping the worried well. So they understood, get the information in the right way without overwhelming providers needed to take care of the sick. And then perhaps one of the most exciting ones for me is in 2017, Nationwide's Children's Hospital released their journey to better outcomes. And among that was a strategic decision to designate genomics as a core accelerator. We have then helped them to create a highly secure, massively scalable, cloud-based computational environment to achieve this initiative. So as you go through these presentations today, and as you sit in and listen and watch what you're going to see today and ask questions, I would like you to keep in mind that this is a journey, that we start at moving something in, but the end goal is just not moving my virtual machines to the cloud. What we actually want to do is change healthcare so we can use the power of the cloud, use the power of machine learning to actually change the way we deliver healthcare. So I want to thank you. I'm really excited about this new way to deliver a symposium, and I'm really excited about how we can work together to transform healthcare and to change the way we help people. So as we like to say here, it's still just day one, and it's day one in healthcare. So thank you and have a very good day.